Hey there, and welcome to the Equipping ELLs Podcast. I'm Beth Vaucher, and for the month of June, I am really excited to do something a little different here on the podcast. This month, we're diving into something I am really passionate about and has really transformed my life, and that is habits and routines. Now, I know what you're thinking. Habits? Really? I'm on summer break. I'm ready to not learn anything new for a few weeks. But trust me, by the end of the series, you're going to see just how powerful creating small habits can be, especially now as we head into the summer. This is the perfect opportunity to listen, digest, and try out a few things. Create those habits now. So when back to school season starts, you are in a much better head space, physical space. You're just ready to go. And you've set up those habits for a great school year. So let's do just a brief check-in first. Now that you are at the end of the year on summer break, how do you feel? Are you exhausted? Are you burnt out? Teaching, in my opinion, is one of the toughest jobs out there. So if you're feeling exhausted, that is completely normal. Now think about your year and think about where you had solid habits set up and established and where you didn't. Those areas you have solid habits, were you able to keep up a similar energy throughout the year? Maybe you're able to establish some healthy routines around daily walks or healthy lunches, and those were a game changer for you this school year. And for those areas you didn't have a solid routine, do you see how it impacted your day to day? Maybe you felt like every day you were waking up with the alarm, rushing to get out the door, rushing around the school, rushing to get dinner on the table, only to do it again every single day. That is exhausting. Now, I believe deeply at my core that doesn't have to be your reality, that there are habits and routines that you can establish right now that will make a big difference on how you go through your days. And I believe, like I said, summer is the best time to start to create these habits while you have more time and energy. That way, by the time school starts up again, you've already been working on these habits for 2 months. They're going to be like in the back of your mind, not even thinking about them because they're going to become something so familiar to you. Now, let me start with sharing a little story of my own transformation. When I first started teaching, my days were a chaotic mess. I was staying late after school almost every single day, doing way too much for school, carrying that bag back and forth, would work late at home, and just really not doing enough for myself. Now, I was honestly running on fumes and feeling constantly behind. Does this sound familiar at all? Now, fast forward, and my scenes of life have changed, right? I'm not in the classroom anymore. Now I'm at home. I'm running a business. I have 3 kids with another one on the way. And so things are still really chaotic, but just in a different way. Now, what I have found though is that regardless of the atmosphere around us, regardless of the chaos that we're in, habits and routines and rhythms can seriously change how you show up in your day to day and make things so much better. It wasn't until I started to look at my habits that I started to see real change. It really was about creating simple routines that helped me to stay grounded, that helped me to not think about what I had to get done, but just things that started to operate on their own. Things like setting a morning routine and sticking to it, or meal prepping on Sundays for the week so that I knew what meals we would be having. I knew the groceries that need to be bought, and we were prepped for the week. These things made a big difference, and they were really small things. Now, one of my favorite books, and throughout this series, I'm going to be sharing things that I have learned from, that I've read, that I use, that really help me create healthy habits. And one of the best, if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he says this: you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And this was such a transformative quote for me, for the business, but even for my own personal life. I kept seeing year after year, why would I set these goals and I can't follow through? I'm not sticking to them. And it's because it's easy to set goals. But if we don't put the systems in place to reach that goal, then we're never going to get there. So that's what I want to really talk about, those systems, those habits that we're putting in place that we can do now during the summer so that we are set up for more success and a better school year this upcoming year. Research shows that building a solid routine can lead to better focus, less stress, and even improved sleep. According to a study by Northwestern Medicine, when we create structure in our day, it actually reduces anxiety and helps us feel more in control. And let's be real, as teachers, don't we need more of that feeling of control in a very crazy environment of working in the school and in a classroom? Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, okay, I get it, but how do I actually start? It's all about small, consistent steps. I heard the other day that consistency is one of the most underrated values that we can have. And that's actually my word for the year, because I'm a type 7, if you know anything about Enneagram, and a type 7 loves new things, loves to jump in, adventurous, and doesn't love the mundane, repetitive things. I try to not do those things. But what I've learned over the years as I get older and wiser, I've realized that it's in those repetitive things, those small things. When we're consistent in those small things, it transforms all the other things. And so I'm challenging myself this year with the word consistency of how can I maintain consistency in my personal life, in my family, in my business, to do the things that will make a difference. So let me know if you are also somebody that doesn't like to be consistent and maybe gets excited about setting a new goal or trying a new habit and it dies out after a couple weeks, because I've been there. But like I said, it's small, consistent steps. So for example, when I started waking up early on Sunday mornings before my kids got up and I started to meal plan for the week, I got all my groceries. I've used different apps. It just really helped remove that constant question in the back of my mind of what's for dinner, right? That is the worst feeling when you don't know, you're trying to scramble. If you have kids around, it just turns into a very chaotic situation. And that's usually then when we would go eat out, spend money that we didn't have to spend, or go eat unhealthy things because I wasn't prepared. So just that one simple routine of now my mind knows Sunday mornings, I'm going to get up, I get my meal planners out, I use my online resources, I print recipes throughout the week and just put them in a pile. And then on Sundays, I check them out. I get my grocery list ready. That really simple act has changed our week during the week because we know what's for dinner. The kids know what is for dinner, and it just helps all of us operate in a much better way. It's made dinner time more enjoyable. It's allowed us to eat healthier because it's much easier to say no to the temptation of eating out since I knew that we had the food at home. And we're going to talk more about this. We're going to have a whole episode on, working out and eating healthy and mindset, all of these fun things that we can talk about that really, if we work on ourselves, even in this first month of summer, you are going to show up in a much healthier way for your students. That's what I want you to understand. These small things don't just impact you, but they impact everybody around you. And you can be the best person that you want to be by doing these small, simple routines and rhythms. So we all know that the summer is the perfect time to reset, to catch our breath, and to start thinking about the year ahead. So I want to challenge you, take these first couple weeks and use them to create a rhythm that actually fuels you, rather than leaving you drained by the time school starts again. Like I said, start small. Maybe tomorrow you set a routine for your morning coffee. Maybe you prep a simple breakfast the night before. Or maybe you schedule a 10-minute walk every day. You put it on your calendar and you stick to it. A lot of what comes down to habit forming is sticking to what you say you're going to do, to being consistent with yourself, to not, how often would we, if we had a date with a friend or we had an appointment, we're going to make sure we're there and we show up. But so often to ourselves, we don't give ourselves that same support that we are going to say, you know what, I'm putting this on my calendar. I'm going to make sure I work out for 30 minutes today. And I'm not going to let excuses get in the way. I'm not going to let anything else get in the way. I'm going to make it happen. The more that you show up for yourself, the more easier it is to build these habits, the more you're going to commit to it. And the more you enjoy it because you're seeing yourself grow and flourish. It's really an incredible thing. These tiny changes really do add up in ways that you wouldn't expect. As someone who does not like doing the mundane, doing the routines, I like adventure, I have seen the beauty and the power of routines and rhythms for myself, for my family, for my business. It really can change your life. So over the next month, we're going to be hitting on habits and routines around mindset, eating healthy, physical fitness. And then towards the end of June, we're going to dive in some really practical habits to start thinking about once you are back in the classroom. So how do we set up some really healthy habits for in the school year? Our goal is for these habits and routines to be easy to implement and practical. You know, that's what I'm all about around here. Giving you a variety of things to think about for you to start small with. Again, use this space, use this time. Think about these things. I'll be sharing books and different apps and things I have found that have been really helpful. And if it's something that sparks your interest, go deeper on it. If it's not, let it go. But I want to just give you a variety of things that I have seen make a big difference. Now, if you are an Equipping ELLs member and you are in our private Empowered Educator Facebook group, we are there to help hold you accountable to the habits and routines you are working on with a fun bingo board and giveaway. So if you're part of our private group, you can go check that in our Facebook group. If you're not and you want some accountability, you want some community, and you want to be part of our membership, you can check that out at equippingells.com. Now, before I wrap up, I want to leave you with a little quote from Colin Powell that I absolutely love. He says, if you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Those little daily habits, they'll help you achieve bigger things than you ever imagined. So that's it for today. I'm so glad you joined me on this first step of creating better routines. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. I'm pushing my word on all of you this year as well. If you're interested and want to hear more, I cannot recommend enough Atomic Habits. Listen to it, get the audiobook. It's a great read, very inspiring, very transformative. His newsletters as well. You can go check it out probably at atomichabits.com or James Clear. He sends out a newsletter once a week that are very digestible, very empowering as well. So even if you just want to start there with his newsletter, that might be a great place to start. Some other habit books that I've really loved. One is called Habits of the Household. And that is a great book just for your husband and you, for your kids, for the household. How do you help your household run in a way that's really just a powerful way for you and your family to operate? So that's another great habits book that I've recently read. But I would love to also hear what you're reading in terms of habits, mindsets, routines, rhythms. Feel free to post that, share, DM us, let us know so that we can share those out with other listeners as well. In the next episode, we're diving into habits that support your mindset, right? How often have you heard that word mindset lately? The reality is it really comes down to mindset. What we're able to do comes down to the mindset that we have. So we're going to be talking a lot about how can we just keep the right mindset, reframe our mindset in those tough times, and really stay in a place of calmness and peace, even when there's chaos all around us. So stay tuned for that episode that will be coming next week. And just a reminder, again, if you're in our Empowered Educator community group, check out our fun monthly giveaway and bingo board so that we can help you stay accountable with the new habits that you're going to be building this summer. All right, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.